Hello, and thanks for stopping by. It's 30 days since I started this YouTube channel, so I figured I'd do like a 30-day progress report. I don't know. Just kind of a bit of advice on how I got started because I've done YouTube before, but it was like 16 years ago, and it made a little money then, a couple $100, and had a couple popular videos on it, but it's different now, the way that YouTube works, and so I actually needed some help to kind of figure it out. And I had a ChatGPT subscription. I had the professional, so I figured, what the heck? Let's give it a shot. Let's see if Chat can help me out with this. And the whole thing started when I bought a rehab house. I wanted to kind of document it as I went for my kids. So that's kind of where this whole thing started here. And as I was going along, it wasn't really active. And I thought, you know what? I wonder if I could use Chat GPT to help kind of pick this thing up. It was an interesting concept. So you can see where it kind of switched over, because right now this was the first video, and these are two videos that should be shorts, but were in long form. And then this is the point at which I started pretty much, I think this one right here was when I first started using ChatGPT to assist. It was definitely the camping video. By then I was really using it. So I'm going to tell you what I found Chat to be good for, what it is not good for. There are some things I do not recommend Chat. And when I say Chat, I mean all AI, but Chat is better at this particular topic of assisting with building a YouTube channel. One thing in particular is if you don't watch it, ChatGPT will spend your money. It is very comfortable getting you to buy things that you don't necessarily need. So this is where this channel started as DIY channel, and it was really this. I took a week off of the DIY to take the kids camping, and we made a camping video, and it seemed to be a little bit more popular than some of the DIY. So I was like, you know what? This channel had started out under a different name, different topic, and I went into Chat and I said, look, I'm not going to, at some point, this project is going to be over. I'm going to be done rehabbing this house, hopefully sooner than later. And at that point, I want to keep making content, but I'm not going to have this project to keep doing, and I'm not going to keep doing projects. So, we need an idea for what encompasses the channel going forward, beyond the rehab. And I will tell you, back in, and so I started recording, going fishing and things with my son. Well, my son got diagnosed with autism at age 3, and it's pretty severe autism. He's nonverbal, and so some of the things that I thought we were going to be able to do, we can't do the same. They have to be different, and it was frustrating at the time because I couldn't do the whole long form approach to making videos. I couldn't keep him focused. I really can't take him camping in the way that's dads can take their sons camping a lot of times. And so that was a major point of frustration for me for the longest time, and kind of why I abandoned the project, sort of, but I kept taking videos, and I kept, saving it in the back of my mind. And so when I was going through this whole process with ChatGPT of what did this channel become, I still have this backlog of videos, but they're not this long form necessarily. And so by accident, while doing this video of this camping trip, on this camping trip, I had put together a cool project, which was a fire kit for car camping, glamping, and I had accidentally recorded it as a vertical video, and it was, how long is this?
Let me show you a little detail.
This thing was only, I'm going to get the length here. It's about a minute long. Yeah, just under a minute long. And because it was a minute long and vertical, I thought I was going to upload it as another one of these standard videos like this, like these ones of these other, quick videos here. Well, because it was vertical and under a minute, YouTube automatically put it in shorts. Like, oh, okay. So I didn't know exactly what that meant. Kind of left it alone. And then all of a sudden, it had like 400 views. And I was like, what the heck is this? I didn't understand the concept because when I had done YouTube years ago, they didn't have shorts. So I ran into ChatGPT and I was like, what's going on here? Why is this, first of all, why is this so popular? And then secondly, why is it, what is a short and why is it, and it explained to me as though, I'm brand new to this, which I was. And it walked me through the whole concept of shorts. And I was like, you know what? This solves multiple problems for me. One is, how does a new channel get attention? And shorts are great for that. And secondly, how I had so many attempted outdoor adventures with my son that didn't go the way that as planned. And that's just because, he has sensory needs, he has sensory limitations. I can't take him on a 3-day hike. It's just not how that works. However, we can do a whole lot of things that come in that make really good shorts. And I'm going to show you one. The first time I took him fishing was at Mountain Springs Trout Park just outside of Springfield, Missouri. And that was this short right here. And it was perfect because the way my son fishes is he catches one or two fish and then he's done. He's just done. In his mind, he has checked the box of I've gone fishing. Fishing is not a destination for him or an experience. It is a thing to be done, and when it's done and that box is checked, he's done. So that doesn't make the greatest long form video, but it's good for shorts content. So it was, as soon as that happened, I'm like, okay, we've got a plan here. I can keep making my long form videos about. I have a lot of long form video content from all this time of videoing and not knowing what to do with that. Like this one here, this it's cut and spliced. Then from that content, when it is I don't want to use the word failed, but a misadventure. There's a good one. When it's an attempted adventure that doesn't go right for sensory purposes, it becomes a short. Like this whole thing here. I mean, he had more fun that day, and I'll do more of it. But again, that's just we have these short snippet mini adventures, and then it works out just works out well for shorts. So then I get into chat and I said, okay, let's maximize our potential with shorts while continuing the long form videos. And this is where ChatGPT is super helpful. It's here's one, okay? Yeah. All that was happening is this was when we lived in Florida, and there was a hurricane coming through. Just a category 1 or 2. It was not particularly dangerous, which I know if you're not from Florida and you hear it's like not a dangerous hurricane, you're like, what? But no, trust me, when you're there, you get that. So chat helped me make the title and the description and the hashtags that I needed for this to basically help it hit. So all the content is mine. Nothing is AI generated in terms of content. What AI helps me with is with creating the right titles, the right descriptions, and the right hashtags. And now it did give me a little bit of advice on how to put together a hook. And I think the first one that I used a hook, uh, ironically, is also a fishing video. Okay, So yeah, this was my daughter catching a fish, and then that first few seconds is her screaming, "I got a fish," and then it
Yeah.
cuts back
Okay.
to
Reel in. Reel.
catching it. And AI kind of coached me on, find a hook of the best couple seconds, and then put that at the beginning, and then start the short from there, because it's just one of those things that gives people a promise of a payoff at some point during the short. Which you might be thinking, it's only a minute. How can you expect people to wait for a payoff? You you got to respect people's time. You got to respect that they're putting in the time to watch your video, and reward them for that with the right payoff. And in this case, it's a happy kid screaming over a fish. It helped me make the channel description, and um, I knew that I wanted to do the long forms every Saturday at 9 a.m. I am not convinced that that's the best time. I might move it to Friday evening. Um, Also, I might just remove this entirely. I'm not sure that scheduling a regular time of video distribution, that was advice from 16 years ago. And the first person to put that advice out was actually Jenna Marbles. And for her, that worked. I don't know whether that's a thing now, because you're talking about 16 years ago was a different YouTube generation. Let's be honest. It was I'm what you would call late Gen X, Zennial, the last of the Gen X, and we were still used to watching TV shows at a time, specific time. And even millennials, they grew up, in the night. We had the awesome cartoons of the '90s when everything was at a specific time. Then you get into a streaming generation, and they are on demand, so they aren't used to the concept of videos at a specific date and time. So I'm not convinced that that applies anymore. We'll have to see. Yeah, I don't know. And again, chat has not caught up with that, because chat's based off of data that's already been fed into it. It doesn't have the concept to conceptualize future trends. Best uses for chat thus far has been putting together good descriptions and good titles, and then the next use, I'm not going to pull it up, but going to the analytics page, there is a tool I'm going to show you about right now, and it is called Snip, Snipping Tool. There it is. So get this snipping tool, go to your analytics page. You can do a snip of your analytics and take that as a picture, and you'll save that, and then you'll upload that picture into ChatGPT and just say, take a look at my analytics, tell me what's going on, tell me what's a good trend here, and what people are responding to, and it'll tell you it's doing well. One of the most surprising things that happened is this little short that hit of my daughter seeing a baby praying mantis, and then I whipped out my phone and I got like 9 seconds of video of it. That was it. And this thing has more than double of some of my other videos that I thought were going to be popular, and it's the perfect combination of capturing a unique moment, um, that's real. I'm sure somebody could replicate this in AI, but it's just a real moment. And you think about it, how many times have you seen a baby praying mantis out in the wild? I've never have in almost 50 years. I've seen plenty of adults, and I've never seen a baby. So it was a really nice, unique experience that happened, just there, and really clicked. So I saw that result. I put that into chat and said, what is going on with this? Why is this popular? And it gave some good feedback that, this was the moment of discovery type of video that people respond to well. So I try to incorporate that into more shorts. Now, granted, things like doing rehab. How many moments of discovery are there going to be in rehab? I don't know. I mean, this one kind of worked out well. This is one I uploaded today because I discovered all the rust that had been sitting in the bottom of this.
Look at that water just pouring out of there. Oh my gosh, look at the rust that was in there.
That sort of thing is, if you could create, if I could call it a moment of discovery shot, that was it. And even though it was not discovering something nice, but Chet helped me to kind of see the value of that. So that's what I found the best use for. Here's what it's not good for, and I'm just going to be honest with you. Chat recommends a lot of software that does not help or is too expensive. I tried to get it to recommend editing software to me, and it was so freaking frustrating because it was recommending all these other AI tools, and it was, I mean, I had bought subscriptions to a couple things that didn't work. And it's like, it said, oh, you need this. So I buy it and I come back and I say, hey, this isn't working. Oh, yeah, it doesn't do that. And I was like, what the heck? You just told me to get it because I needed it to do this. Why are you giving me bad advice? And so I went back to Microsoft Clipchamp. I'm not going to do professionally edited videos ever. Just not who I am. So Clipchamp gives me everything I need. Um, so watch it in terms of the recommendations of things it tells you to buy. Um, the other thing, it's not good for stopping your ideas. Like, somebody else did a YouTube short on using AI to make AI generated scary stories, combining it with AI generated footage to make easy AI generated shorts. And I was curious, so I tried it on a separate channel just as a bit of curiosity. And ChatGPT was gung ho about it. It's like, oh yeah, this is a great idea and all that. It's every idea is a great idea to ChatGPT. So you gotta question yourself. You got to give yourself the pushback that ChatGPT will not give. So I tested it on another channel, and it's just AI slop. It doesn't. It's not impressive in the least. So I abandoned that entirely. And honestly, I I could have trained Chat to tell me no, um, but if you don't, it will tell you yes on every idea you have. Um, so it's not great for that. It's not great for keeping yourself in check. It thinks it's going to direct your videos, and this is a little frustrating. I will put together the idea of a video I've already done in there to create the title and the description, and then it gives me like a minute by minute breakdown of how my video needs to look. And I haven't applied that yet. I don't know if I will. I might do it as an experiment, but it's acting like I haven't shot the video yet, and it's telling me what the video needs to look like. So that's just that's just time and training. But I don't need it for that, and it will go on tangents. Not as bad as Claude, but it'll do that if you're not careful. So also you got to watch the descriptions. Like I can't tell you if you look back at this short of I did with on the praying mantis where it says "Dad, comma look." Every time it tried to do its description, it tried to say these three words, and I'm like, that's two words. But it kept counting the comma as a word, and so it's little quirks of AI that you gotta kind of watch out for, or it'll describe something that doesn't happen in the video, so you gotta watch it. Um, And the other thing too was it kept putting in questions of like, what have you seen in the wild? It's like, dude, I'm not Miss Rachel, come on. But that's how chat has helped me out. I mean, I hope it helps you out. I'll probably do a couple videos on some business or life organization tools that I've used AI to build. I've been able to build some cool stuff in AI. I like just kind of off topic in terms of investing. I like dividend stocks, so I built a dividend tracker, just my own that kind of tells me how dividends are doing. Um, I built another one that's like my invoicing system for my business. Um, I use AI to help me know when to go fishing and where. So um, I'll do some videos on some of the other things I've done, and of course I use AI to build any websites I want to put together. So um, I'll put together a few stuff on that. But just specific to how ChatGPT helped me with this, it gave me some really good ideas, and it's helping me with some future projects. We got some shorts projects coming up, so it's pretty handy for a lot of things. But the few things it doesn't do well, don't even mess with it. Um, Editing, don't bother. Use ClipChamp. It's fine. And good luck this year. It's a different game. If you've done YouTube before, it's a little different now. And these shorts are pretty wild for using content that otherwise wouldn't fit, for lack of a better term. And the other thing too is I'll get into this later. Chat helped me figure out how to cross post this content across TikTok, um, Instagram, and Facebook Reels, so that it has multi-purpose use beyond here. That's a nice thing. That's a very handy thing. So, um, any questions? Just holler. I'm really not going to do a. This really isn't a tutorial channel, but I just had to share this bit of information about how this is helping me out, and maybe it'll help you. Have a good one.